This year, F125 is bringing some pretty massive changes to MyTeam Career Mode. It's the first time my team goes through a change as big as this since 2020. I'm not gonna lie, speaking as somebody who only does league racing most of the time, after seeing everything the new game has to offer, I kinda want to dive right into my own career mode now. Jumping right into it, starting with the basic structure of my team, Codemasters has done away with the original formula. Instead of being a driver who also happens to own the team, you are now stepped into the shoes of a proper team manager. This means you're gonna have to recruit 2 drivers to represent your team on the grid. Owning a team while simultaneously driving might have been possible in the 60s, but with the size of the operation of most modern F1 teams, it is just not possible anymore. This is why Codemasters has chosen this new realistic approach to MyTeam Career. It incorporates a lot of similar elements from F1 Manager. It opens up a variety of ways to play the game and to interact with the drivers on your team. Oh, and did I mention this? During any Grand Prix weekend, you can decide to step into the shoes of any of the 2 drivers that you own on your team. Is one driver in a heated battle for the Drivers' Championship and you might have to step into his shoes to give him the boost he needs to secure that next title? Or are you looking to secure the Constructors' title and your teammate has been kind of lagging behind all season? Take command of that driver to maximize your point scoring chances that weekend. Your choices will have a massive impact now. Whenever hard choices are involved, drama is surely gonna follow. For example, if you decide to research a new car part, but only one of the 2 parts you built made it through the quality control process, who are you gonna give the upgrade package to? Is it your best driver, or is it your second best in order to really maximize your chances that weekend? We're gonna touch on that a little bit later in the video, including the new R&D system. The Team HQ has a brand new look. As your team grows and matures over the season, the scale and the look of the environment will all reflect the choices you have made. You can now have direct influence over the work floors that you decide to allocate to each department: corporate, engineering, and personnel. How many people do you want working for you in each and every department? You have direct control over that number. The more people you have on your payroll, the more effective your team is gonna be at its job. However, you gotta be careful not to exceed your cost cap. This means you're gonna have to keep the catering to a more modest level. I'm looking at you, Red Bull. That's right. Cost cap has officially been introduced into the Codemasters F1 games. Another thing that's completely new to the franchise, but it's also true to the real-life regulations, is the amount of resource points teams have access to. You might be familiar with this concept if you play the old F1 games, but here's how it's gonna work. The top teams will have less resource points, while the bottom teams will have more. This is just like in real life. The teams at the bottom of the constructor standings at the end of a season will get more time in the wind tunnel so that they can bridge the gap to the front runners. From everything I've seen so far, this might just be the most complete and realistic career mode experience in any F1 games up to date. In the engineering department, R&D is now actually research and development. It's split into 2 sections, meaning once you research an upgrade, you still have to build it. This is where you might have to make strategic key decisions. Do you want to build the parts for both drivers, which is gonna cost less but take longer? Or do you want to rush a single part out, skip over the quality control, and give it to your driver who needs it the most ahead of a critical Grand Prix weekend? How you play is completely up to you, my friend. But careful who you give the upgrade package to, because one of the drivers might think you're giving preferential treatment to the other. And this might just affect their opinion of you once comes time to renegotiate their contract. You can use the personnel section in MyTeam to interact with other drivers. This means you can also plan secret meetings with drivers that are currently outside of your team in order to plan your perfect roster ahead of the next season. However, if words of that meeting were to get out, it might just negatively impact your team's performance. As you shape your legacy as the gold of all team managers, sponsors will also be a key part of that. And this year, Codemasters have decided to expand on that concept. You're going to be able to build loyalty with sponsors of your choice and get perks depending on the relationships you've chosen to build. All of the sponsor decals have been revamped. They look different, they're more colorful, and we actually have a proper livery editor. You can play, shift, rotate decals in any way you want. And this is pretty exciting. It kind of reminds me of the old school Call of Duty emblems. Now, Codemasters might not let us draw on the official FOM cards just yet, but maybe one day, who knows? You might also remember the accolades system, which is something that's been introduced last year in F124's Career Mode. They've come back and they've been added to MyTeam as well. Codemasters have actually improved on it and added something new as well. Fan rating, which is basically how fans or other drivers from other teams perceive your team. As you win on-track rivalries and win championships, it might just make other drivers want to drive for your team. Lastly, driver icons are back and you have full control over who to include in your playthrough. You can choose to enable or disable any icon. Other AI teams are able to recruit these icons, meaning you might just drive against Michael Schumacher in a Williams or Jarno Opmeer in a Kick Sauber. Even Devin Butler is going to be here because you have also access to the Connorsport team and you also have Apex GP team from the upcoming F1 movie. From what I understand, Codemasters is really trying to create an opportunity for you to craft your own unique story in the F1 world. And to be honest, I think they've done a pretty good job. There's a lot of new stuff in this year's game, and this just might be the push I need to take the plunge into MyTeam. If Codemasters keeps showing up new stuff and keeps on improving on every aspect ahead of the next deep dive episodes, we might just be in for a great game this year. What features would you like to see in F125? Let me know in the comments below. This is Formula Kai signing off, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Bye bye.